Yo, my people, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show. A little bit. Thank you guys for joining here today. And I have this tendency to come here in the afternoon and just speak with y'all and sharing the link as well to allow some of y'all to come and to share as well. Um, and I wanna talk a little bit about the topic that you guys have seen here, Africa for Africans. But let me shout out to everybody who is joining right now. Hi, what's up? Welcome, bro. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining in this session. I know y'all might be busy working right now, but at the same time, some of you are using your phones. But I appreciate that. Appreciate it. I hope you're not gonna get fired after they see you watching this guy doing this thing. Yeah, appreciate everybody who is joining. No more. Yes, we all say no more to everything that is going on. But I want to explain a little bit about the idea of Africa for Africans, because I think some people might get it wrong, and this analogy or this say Africa for Africans, it might seem to be, very negative to some people. And I just want to come here to talk a little bit about that. When I say Africa for Africans, what do I mean? All right. What do I mean? So I'll just jump right away in the topic, and you guys appreciate for joining. Let me pray a little quick before I begin. God, I thank you for giving me this chance to talk to your people, talk to Africa. Give me courage, give me wisdom, and give us understanding to know what do you really want us to do. In this fight, we're not alone. We're with you. We believe in you. We trust in you. We welcome you. We love you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, guys. I think like every time I pray, I need to say this to everybody that faith is a big part of me, and maybe for some of you, faith is a big part of you. And I will never leave God aside in this fight. We've been fighting for so long time, and we can no longer just fight politically, or we can no longer fight with our mouth and with our hands or whatever. But we're gonna fight with everything we got, and that means with our brain, because this is what they used to colonize us, and this is what they're using right now to colonize us right now. I was just talking with my mom. I wish my mom can come here one day and share with you, but I think she might have a little bit hard to express in this colonizer's language. But I was just talking to my mom. Mama, mama, mama. All right, I wanted to call her to come to share with you, but I was just talking with my mom, and she was telling me about how colonizers back in the days, they really tried to play with our mind. And one of the things that she told me, she said that you will never find a school that white kids are studying together with black kids, and that it was that was something that they were destroying us psychologically to believe that we are not even worthy to start together in the same school. We're not worthy to sit on the same chair in the same street. That's the same thing is happening in South Africa. When you go to some towns, you'll see that there's a place. It's one of the most divided nation, and I'm not saying this in negative, but I'm saying when it comes to whites and black, and you all know the story of South Africa. I'm not here to bash of my brothers from there, but it's the truth, right? So she said that they couldn't put them together in the same school, in the same place, because they wanted them to believe that you guys are inferior. They wanted them to believe that they cannot be under the same roof. And that really, it created something in Africans' heart that even up to today, we still feel like we are lesser than them. And we still feel like they are more valuable than us. And not only that, not just separate them, but this is what they did also. The schools that black people here, I'm not talking about America, I'm talking about here in Africa during the colonization, right? The school that they went, it was different. The school that black people they went, they didn't have books, they didn't have computers, they didn't have they didn't have chairs, they didn't have anything. They were just there as a slave kids, going to study. But the schools that the white kids went, they had everything. They had access to everything. So since then, this is my mom talking to me when they were just little. This is how they grew up. This is how they see all the time. That's why we cannot blame Africans today when they look at white people. They look like, oh, these people are very rich and all this. We cannot blame them because the system, the way that they plant system, it's like they plant chip in our mind to believe, and it's killing us up to today. Because we have people who believe that they're greater than them, they're special than us, and we're just useless. You know what I'm saying? We have people who believe that. And so my mom telling me these things and said it was heartening because it feels like they're coming from another world. It feels like the world that we are coming from is not, it feels, I always share this with you guys. It feels like where we're coming from this is where we're coming from, the third world country, all right? I've been sharing with you guys for a long time, and I'm going to share with you guys right now. This is how it feels. It feels like the world that we're coming from is the third world country, and they're coming from the first world country. I'll tell you guys why I oppose this analogy of first world country and third world country. This is the reason. Because since back in the days, it felt like they're coming from the first world country and we're coming from the third world country. We're coming a place where there's no electricity, there's no food, there's no access to medicine, there's no access for good schools, there's no access to cars, there's nothing. We're just coming from this poor place, third world countries. And let me tell you this, you can even see today, you can come here to Tanzania, you can go to South Africa, you can go to Ethiopia, you can see where white people lives and you can see where black people lives in our countries right now. Even within my country, if you come here, you will see where's the first world country and you'll see where's the third world country. Not only that, if you go to the beaches here in Tanzania, you will see which one is the first world beaches and which one is the third world beaches, all right? I'm sorry. You know, this is the software that they planted on us long time ago since colonialism. Long time ago where we started and where they started. Long time ago how we relate with one another, how we spoke with one another. This is what they did. Make us believe that we are lesser and we don't have value. And it started ever since we were just little kids. So believe in this. And us as well, we were born and we believed in this. Until the time when I went there, I started there for 9 years. And some of you are there and then you realize that, oh my goodness, these guys, they're no different from me. That's not different from me, all right? I was raised up and I read history books believing that these people are saviors, believe that these people are better, believe that we have so many problems like Africans. Do you know who brought all these problems we have? It's them. Somebody here came, Nuri, he came here last week and he was speaking about most of Africans. We all know the history of Africa after colonialism. We don't know the history of Africa before colonialism. And I realized that, oh, that's true. Even myself, I don't know that. I just know that oh my goodness, I hate this name. All right. They came and that's the only thing that I know from that place to right now. But Africa, we had stories before colonialism. We had life before that time, before these people came and invade. We have the way that we lived. We have things that we believe in. But sadly, we don't have anybody tell us about that. But we can literally, I don't know if there's even enough book to talk about that. And that's why I always say this, guys, that when we talk about Africa for Africans, we don't mean that no one else is welcome in Africa. I gotta be very clear what I mean. All right, maybe you mean that, but what I mean is, I don't mean that nobody's welcome to Africa. But what I mean is, Africa is for Africans. If you come to Africa, you have to know that this is not this is African. This is for Africa. You must respect, you must honor, you must see us as we are. And this is common sense. Like if today I travel, I go to another continent, I know that, oh, this, if I go to America, I know that this is for Americans. I'm just there. I'm just passing by. I'm not going to act like that is my home. I know it's not my home. I mean, we have black people that have been living for ages. They were born there. They're citizens of that country, but they don't feel like it's home. Most of black men in America, they want to come back to Africa and start new life in Africa because they do not feel like at home staying there. So when we say Africa for Africans, we mean that this is our place. This is our land. You can't come here and kill our people like what's going on in Niger. You can't come here and act like you own this place. It doesn't matter what kind of treaties you signed with our ex leaders who they were corrupted. It doesn't matter. But this is a different time. I don't care. I don't care about no who. I don't care about the contracts that they wrote. I don't care about that. Yesterday here we had a brother from Burkina Faso. Finally, he came here to share with us. And right now, as I'm saying, I'm uploading that video on YouTube. Please go and watch the conversation with my brother from Burkina Faso. This guy, I love this guy. And I'm talking to him to come back here with someone from Niger to have another conversation about everything that's going on there. He was saying this. This is what he said. He said the current president of Burkina Faso, he said, I'm in touch with him. I talked to him. And this guy, he's the president of Burkina Faso committee in Philadelphia. So he's all right. His excellence, all right, his excellence. And he was saying about having conversation with the president. He said, I know, President, you know, we talk sometimes. And he said that the problem is not about even our leaders at that moment sometimes. The problem is things that they inherit. Like when you come in the regime, you see there's so many contracts, there's so many mikataba, we say in Swahili, that have been signed long time ago, selling our countries, selling things we have. So if I'm a president, I'm there, I'm sitting on the contracts, and I cannot really do anything about it because of the conditions that really even impossible to achieve. If you want to cancel that, it's literally you're selling your country. So what are you going to do? That's what is happening in Niger, that 80%, 86% of Niger people, they don't have electricity. While they produce uranium, and 40% of electricity in France, it comes from uranium that they take from where? From Niger. And yesterday, my brother was talking about those contracts, like you receive like 10% to 90. Like you have companies that are operating in that country. 90% of what you do is going to France, and 10% is stay with you. So he say, even though he want to do something, but he cannot do because he's sitting on these contracts. And even those guys, if we call whatever international court of justice, whatever, they'll be like, okay, you guys are doing this trade, right? This, okay, where are the evidence? Okay, this is all. We signed 90 to 10. All right. Man, but until when are we gonna see this? This is why I'm saying Africa for Africans. These people, they look down on us that they will come to our nation, our land, and sign stuff like that. And I mean, we have a part to play, a big role to play. Those people who they went ahead and signed even without reading those contracts, we have a really big role to play in this. So I'm not just pointing fingers at them, but I'm pointing fingers at us as well. Because I was talking to my mama here. She told me that a lot of people who cause like our brothers, our African brothers and sisters to die in Africa, they were actually Africans. They're the one who sold our people. Where I'm coming from, we have one hero called Mkwawa. This guy, he fought against Germans, and sometimes he won. He won, but you know the time he lost? Because there were people around his circle that they betrayed him. And here, guys, I gotta be very real with you. All right, I don't like this history because this history touched me. I don't like this history, but this history touched me. That's why I'm trying to clean this mess. All right, so we had this one hero called Mkwawa who fought Germans here. This guy, he was intelligent. This guy, man, his history, when you read his history, man, I'm like, man, I'm proud to come from this region. You know what I'm saying? He fought Germans, man. But you know why he lost at the end of the day? He lost because there's this one guy, his name was Chavala. He betrayed him. Guys, that's my name. My name is Mika Chavala. And this guy, his name was Chavala. He betrayed him. He was literally like Judas Iscariot. This guy, he betrayed him. And he told the Germans where this guy was hiding. So they went there, they killed him, and they cut his head. Man, they cut his head. And I know the story that guy, but he killed himself before they killed him, because those are kind of ancestors we had. They never let them touch them. He went ahead and they killed himself. But this guy, his name was Chavala. So one day when I was in middle school, we went there to this historical place and we were being told this history. Man, I felt really bad, man, because everybody started to look at me. It was like, you betrayed us. You betrayed. And I was like, guys. All right, I'm just carrying the name. All right, doesn't mean that I have a blood of betrayal. All right, I'm not a betrayer, and I'm trying to correct that history. I know he calls him Kwawa, our hero, to die, and I hate that guy. That guy, he has my name, but I hate that guy. If I see him today, man, I hate that guy. I hate that guy so much because he betrayed, because we betray ourselves. Some of you don't believe me now anymore. Some of you started to unsubscribe and say like, oh, no, I don't like this blood. This is a betrayal blood. Guys, I'm not him, all right? I'm not him, and I'm trying to correct those mistakes that he has done in the past. We can't keep allowing people to come to our Africa and to take advantage of us. I don't care what kind of contract we wrote, but I'm saying that African Union should have a way to protect our land, should have a way to protect our land. That's why our brother here from Niger, he's always talking about security. We need security. We need security. Because when we have a united Africa, one Africa, I'm telling you, we'll have a security for this country. We'll have security for this land. We'll protect our borders. There's no great nation in this world that don't have security. If you don't have enough security, then it's a threat. Nobody's going even to dare to fight with you. If you don't have a good security, they're not gonna even, because they know, man, we're just gonna beat the heck out of these people. We need that. Why we need that? Because you see what things we're going through. Look at this. These are lies that I'm talking about, guys. All right. Listen to this. Keep this in your mind. Put this in your software, all right? And don't let nobody deceive you or tell you otherwise. 3 lies that the world has told us. 3 lies that the white generation has been telling us for years. And some of us will believe. The first lie, there are developed country and developing country. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's a big lie. I need to put like a big red X here. You know, it's a big lie, all right? That's not true. There's only developing country. That's what we have. Tell me, you're telling me that France is developed country? Can you tell me that it's developed country? And 40% of their electricity come from Africa? Who is the big dog there? Who is the big dog? Somebody who is taking advantage of Africa or somebody who is giving them resources to survive? Who is the big dog? That's why I wrote that letter to President, and I hope he will see it. And I translated that letter in French. My friend helped me to translate that. So please go, share that letter. It's on my Twitter. Go and share. Share it. Tag him. If you share it, tag him. Write his name. Tag him everywhere. If they're going to ignore, tag everybody you know. Tag their embassies. Tag everything. I have the English version and the French version. All of them I posted on my Twitter. Go and share them on Instagram, on Facebook, everywhere. They're not a developed country. Let's say we close the border today. All the relationship that he has with Francophone side. I hate, man, not what kind of Francophone side. It's Africa side. All the money, all the oil, all the everything they're taking away from that. That's what developed their country. That's the fact. So they are developing country. They're not developed country. In fact, Africa, we are a developed country. You know, because we are the one who provide all those resources. So anyways, there's only developing country. The second lie, third world countries, first world countries, second world countries. No, 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 and no. There's no such a thing. It's a big lie, and don't believe that. It's a lie. It's a lie from devil, from hell. It's not true. We have only one world, and that's the one we are living in, all of us. I told you that how they separated our black people and white people during colonialism. They started in different schools. They have different hospitals. They even went to different, everything, even different streets. And that's what's going on in South Africa. There's a white people street. And when you go there, you can see the definition of first world country. And then there's other places like Soweto, you know, in the third world country. And you can see how people live there. This is bad. And this is ridiculous because we only have one world. And that's the one we are living in. Maybe if Elon Musk go to Mars and create another world there, maybe we'll have 2 worlds. But now we have only one world. There's no third world. We are not third world. We are all in the same world. And the last one is world is supporting Africa. Man, that's a lie. It's a big lie. Just take an example of France. Take an example of US, China. The deals they're making throughout the continent of Africa. You can tell. You can seriously say that Africa sustains the world. That's the truth. And I use the word sustain because sustain means strengthening mentally and physically. Even supporting is within sustain. That's what Africa we do. We sustain the world. That's what Africa we do. We save the world from climate change, from resources, economics, oil. That's what we do. And yet every single year, more than 50 to 100 billion US dollars is wasted from our continent. This post as well is on Twitter. You can go share, take it, share with everybody, because these are lies and we need to change this. And we are going to change it. Swahili Nation, we are dedicated. One Africa Forum, One Africa Movement, we're dedicated to change those norms, to change those lies. Or we're going to uncover all those lies. To uncover, because these lies is absolutely crap. All right, it's absolutely crap. So yesterday I had to call upon all this, honestly, I never use this word that they're fake medias, but yesterday I called them. I'm like, I don't care about you, CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, y'all are fake, because there's something going on right now in Niger, and 3 of our people, 3 of our men are killed, and it's not even a news to the world. The world doesn't know what's going on there. But you know what? We don't care, and we don't want you to cover it, because we are going to cover it by ourselves. We're going to talk about it. We're going to tell the world. And I'm telling you, Africa, we're going to stand together, man. It's a time to stand together. It's a time for the entire continent of Africa to stand together and say no more. I'm telling you, this is the time. This is the time. Western side, eastern side, the Horn of Africa, southern side. It's a time to do that, to raise our voice together. And this is how we do it. We do it. This is how we do it. You can go on Twitter and see what's going on there. Appreciate family from Twitter. I had Twitter a long time ago, but I was never, I was not using it. I started using it just a couple of weeks ago. But I appreciate how the family, it's really hungry to see change in Africa. To see a change in Africa. All right, guys. This is another thing, in our countries. Like electricity goes out all the time. So it's another issue we have in Africa. I need to move to my room. I need to go somewhere outside there. This is what we have. See, we have everything that we need. I'm tired of this stuff, man. Like I'm really tired of this stuff. We're living life like we don't have anything and we have everything in this world, man. We're living life like we are chincha, like we are living in the jungles or something. Man, like until when are we gonna go through this, man? This is really painful. And this, man, I don't know what our leaders are doing, man. I don't know what our leaders are doing. I don't know in your country, man, what you go through, but here, this is what I go through. This is what's going on. This is what's going on, What's going on, man? It's normal here, all right? It's normal here, electricity to just be going like that. It's normal. It's a normal thing to happen. You don't even question it. It's normal. And I'm like every time they do that, and this man, like Africa, when, man, are we gonna, man? Okay, this is the good question. Somebody's asking, let me tell you something. Somebody's asking this question. This is a good question. Let me tell you this. So this is just like Ethiopia, what was going on, guys. All right. This dam right here, all right. Magufuli was building this dam, Nyerere Dam, all right. And this is something that can provide electricity not only to Tanzania, guys. Not only to Tanzania. Again, it's the same thing. Not only to Tanzania. You guys, you can check it out. Maybe I'll share with you guys video. I'll find some videos and then I'll share with you guys. Let me see if I can find. There is the dam that it will provide electricity and it will reduce the cost of electricity. Let me write here. Let me write here. We call it Nyerere hydroelectric power. It's one of the big projects, man. It's one of the big projects. I think I did it. I think I covered it. Let me see. I think I did it. Let me show you guys. This is a good question, and I want to tell you something that it's just like. Let me see.
Africa's Tanzania.
Okay, let me share with you because I have it here. Man, like you have no idea. Let me show you here. Okay, this is how rich we are, Africa, and this is what Magufuli was started this project. I know it's continuing. It's gonna be finished because the current president as well, they are continuing to do this. But I'll tell you something. Right?
East Africa's Tanzania is a well-ranked economy in the region with heavy dependence on agriculture. The Tanzanian government is now prioritizing industrialization within the 2025 vision as a pathway for sustainable economic development, raising the largest hydropower station in the history of the nation, grasping a dream that started in the 1960s. On the waters of Rufiji River, 370 kilometers southwest of the commercial capital Dar es Salaam, the dream is coming true with a 2,115 megawatt installed capacity hydropower dam in the Morogoro region, Julius Nyerere Hydropower Project. As part of the historic African National Corporation, Egypt's president, El-Sisi, assured commitment
you guys, you're
to
not gonna
enhance
like
joint
this because you
cooperation
see
in
there's
different
a
fields,
Egypt there.
with more joint investments and exchanging expertise in major national projects in a way that meets Egypt's and Africa's interests. In December 2018, the Tanzanian government assigned the construction contract of the century's biggest turnkey project on African soil with a cost of $3 billion to the Egyptian joint venture of the Arab contractors and El Saudi Electric to work along with Tanzania Electric Supply Company, TANESCO. It's been a year of round-the-clock toil. After completion of basic engineering, real work with detailed engineering.
And I'll say something about that, cool. You see?
To start writing
because they're supposed to be supporting what Ethiopian is doing.
Today, in December 2019, remarkable on-ground accomplishments can already be seen, serving the emergence of African-driven agenda for African economic emancipation. Before starting the construction of the 1,025-meter-long dam, builders had to divert the path of Rufiji River first through a 700-meter-long D-shaped diversion tunnel on the left bank of the river. Excavation through the diversion tunnel is now in progress, along with temporary rock support before final concrete lining. For this tunnel to be done in the minimum possible time, along with working from both ends, the inlet and outlet's portals, an approximately 145-meter-long adit has been excavated to break through the tunnel from the middle, to be working with 4 screws simultaneously. For an average annual electricity production of about 6,300 gigawatt-hour and an installed capacity of 2,115 megawatt, a giant powerhouse will be built on the right bank of the river.
So Red Sea, you wanna me to answer that question? Am I president of Tanzania?
2.5 million cubic meters. It started
Just
at
watch
an
video
elevation
first,
of
and then we're
almost
gonna talk.
160 meters above sea level. Today, it has already reached an approximate elevation of 148 meters, and work is ongoing up to a level of 142 meters. The project will cast a total estimate volume of 3 million cubic meters of reinforced and rolling compacted concrete, using 6 conventional concrete batching plants and 3 crushing plants. Civil and steel structure works have started for the batching plants on the left bank, along with concrete labs, in addition to finalizing the initial batching and crushing plants. As part of the project mobilization, the access roads to the right and left banks have undergone a major upgrade, along with the process of building camps on the site for TANESCO and the Egyptian joint venture staff. Around 6,000 workers and engineers will be working on this mega project.
Trust me, Magufuli knows that. All right.
And the progress continues.
They just answered you, right? All right. So what I want to say is this, guys. Oh, you saw this. This is the question. I was trying to answer the question you asked me. Guys, let me say this, guys. You guys, I know you have a big tension with Egypt, but you cannot expect every African countries to have the same tension with them. All right. You know, everybody when it comes to this and how Magufuli did, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a more research about this, and I'll come talk to you because this is one thing that you know he did, and I've been sharing this all the time. All right, that in every single project that he was involved, maybe most of them he wanted to collaborate with African countries. He wanted to work with African countries more than just other countries outside of Africa because he was Pan-Africanist. He's someone who believed in Africa. He's someone who believed in Africans. So even this project you see, some people outside, they wanted to be involved in this project, not Egypt. Some people outside of Africa, they wanted to support this, you know, this project, but he refused. You know why he refused? Because he knew their strategy and he knew what they wanted from that. He knew what they wanted. So he decided to collaborate with an African country who were willing to actually support and to work together. Not based on their qualities or based on this hydroelectric power is here in Tanzania. And so if anyone is going to be benefit in this project is 50-50. You're coming to invest whatever you're investing. We're working together. So we're gonna make sure that you get what you want and I get what I want. That was the project and that was all about. And for me, I respect that because it was gonna be a project that is not just gonna benefit the people of Tanzania, but benefit the people of that side as well in Africa, because we're still in the same Africa. And for that, I applaud him because he didn't allow anyone from outside. He didn't allow either Americans or Chinese or anybody outside to come to invest and to do on that. And this is the billions of billions, project. So it's a lot of money that, at that time, at this time, it seems to be impossible to afford just by, the money that we have here. That's why he had to collaborate with another African country. And that's the very first thing to acknowledge and to see that this is something good. But the thing is, America, they were opposing so much. You know what they say? They say that building of this dam is pollution is air pollution. You cannot build this dam. They literally say you cannot build that dam. It's the air pollution, but it's not because of that, but it's because they're scared because this dam, once it's done, it's going to provide electricity to everybody in Tanzania. Not just everybody, but with the cheapest price possible. That everybody will be able to afford electricity with the cheapest price. Everyone will be able to afford it, not just here in Tanzania, but other countries as well surrounding this region. That's what I was going to do. And not only that, once you have enough electricity, that means you are able to, you're going to have industrialization because you need a lot of electricity to be industrialized, country. If you don't have enough electricity, if electricity goes out like this all the time, how are you going to have industry? How are you going to run that? Are you going to run with a generator? No, you need that power to generate. You need that power to run all these different industries. So that's what was going to happen. But then they were constantly saying no because they know what's going to happen. They know that once these people they have dam, once these people they have electricity, then we're no longer going to be able to do anything. And that's why even for me, my question is, I've always been questioning this. My question is, when you look at the project that is going on in Ethiopia, this project that is going on there, it's not just for the people of Ethiopia. I've always spoken that. I've always said that it's for Africa. And the best thing for me, I see African countries to come together and to support. Because I'm telling you, we do that. That is going to be for the sake of so many African countries around this nation, around this continent. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish y'all can be on the same page. Like what happened here. Yes, they have their own motives. We have our own motives too. It's sad that, Magufuli is gone. But, but the contract and how he was making his project, because, man, I will tell you this, it's impossible. It is impossible. It is impossible to stand against your brother and your sister. If we can bring everybody on the table, if we can agree on one another, if we can, it doesn't matter how long it takes. For me, my wish is to have one Africa. That's my wish. And that is my vision. And that is my vision, is to have one Africa. So I'm not going to isolate one African country because they're having their own motives. They have their own agenda. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to still try to bring them on the table and to be one again. Because if someone sees how this project can benefit me, if you show someone that this is how you're going to be benefit, I'm telling you, if we know that and if we trust that, then the only way is to work together. It doesn't matter whether we like one another, we don't like. We can dislike one another, all right? President Kenyatta, he said this. I want to say this. President Kenyatta said this. Africa must come together for us to survive. You don't have to trust him. You don't have to trust that country. But we must work together to survive. We must show everybody that how are you going to benefit with this? How am I going to go benefit with this? And you guys, you know, my stand with the Dam of Ethiopia is always there. That project, it must get finished because it's not just for the people of Ethiopia, it's for Africa. And if we want one Africa, if we want strong Africa, then we need electricity. We need not to rely on the foreign companies, but we need to have our own so that we can generate everything within our continent. So having hydroelectric power here in Rufiji that has been built, and it's, you know, and that is being built right now and it's continuing to be built. Having that and having another dam in Ethiopia right there, I'm telling you, is actually bringing light to Africa. And the best thing we can do is to work with other African countries and making sure that everybody is getting a fair shot in that. And that's why this project has been continuing and right now is about to be done. Because I really want, and I applaud my government because I really want everybody to have a good relationship with others within the continent. I want African countries to collaborate, and this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. Like, instead of us to ask for donation from the World Bank to support our hydroelectric power, Magufuli, he went to another African country, even though other people, they wanted to come into support. He went to another African country and asked, and they agree, and now something is being built in the nation. That is something. Okay, please also speak in Swahili also. Somebody wanted me to speak in Swahili. Nachosema nasema kwamba, let me translate a little bit in Swahili. What I'm saying kwamba nasema kwamba kitu ambacho Magufuli amefanya kitu kizuri. Amefanya kitu kucollaborate na nchi za Kiafrika na sio nchi za wageni, na ndio maana walimchukia. Na hicho ni kitu cha kupiga salute kwamba Africa, we need to start supporting each other, one Africa and another African country. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. So the dam in Africa, the dam in Ethiopia, my hope is to bring Egypt on the table, is to bring Sudan on the table and say, hey guys, all right, this is the deal. We have to support. This is our own project, all right? This is our African project. Yes, I know it's about power. I know it's about Red Seas. I know it's about all this kind of stuff, but this thing is for our people. Maybe this doesn't click in your mind, but it clicked to us because we have a huge population of people that they're living under darkness every single day. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's why he was hated by the Westerners. Because, guys, this is one thing. This is one thing, but there's so many other things that he just wanted to collaborate with Africa. He didn't leave. He didn't go to any other country outside, but he stayed here. Yes, of course, international relations at that time, you know, they started to get really here and there, and the current president is trying to bring that back by going there. But I believe Africa is for Africans. So, and I believe Africans can support each other. Now, you've seen, I've shown you this video that Egypt, it was actually supporting in this project. And they were like partners in this project. 50-50 together, building Africa together. This is how it's supposed to be. Guys, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be in Ethiopia, the dam you guys are building. We don't need to trust each other. We don't need to like each other. But we need to have an agreement. We need to have that. Because Africa is for Africans. It's for Africans. And I hope that vision that he had is still living on. Because right now it's still his regime. I hope it's still living on. If anyone wants to change that, and they promise, and I know the president and everybody promised that to finish all the projects that he started. And I applaud them that that's a good thing that they're doing. The railway that is going through this country, the first railway, and then you have that hydroelectric power dam. You know, you have different industry around the country. And that's amazing. How about currency, to share similar currency? Man, that what Gaddafi always wanted. And that's what we want. And that's what we want. That's what we want, guys. That's what we want. Almaz Abebe, I can say that, we had, let me reply to your question. Say Egypt and Sudan, they don't support Africa. Let me say this. The other day we had someone from Sudan, and actually today here we're going to have, I need to remind him again, later on today at 9 p.m., we're going to have a discussion about the tension that is going on right now between Sudan and Ethiopia. You know that something has been going on. So today here, we're going to have some people from Sudan, we're going to have some people from Ethiopia as well, and we're going to have discussion because we want one Africa. We want Africa to become one, and all these quarrels, we need to resolve them. So to answering your question, the guy that we had from Sudan that day, this is what he said. He said, the regime that is on the government right now is military, and that does not represent the people of Sudan. That's why they've been stepping outside every single day to protest against that. And they're going through that until right now, because that is not the government they choose. It's the military. They took by force. So he said it clearly that people, himself, he said that, his name is Nuri, he said that, for me, I want to see Ethiopia succeed. I love Ethiopia. First of all, even Sudan and Ethiopia, it has the same meaning, the names. That's what he said. He said, I want them to succeed. Most of us, we want them to succeed. That's why we're standing against the government that is not supporting us. We want the government that we choose, not the government that is there and decide everything. So it's good for us to separate between the regime right now in Sudan, which is military, and just the normal people who are living there. It's very important for us to separate. Mama, unaweza kapita. Unaweza kapita. That's my mom. Mama, unaweza sema hello? Unataka kusema hello? Unataka usalimie watu? Njoo wasalimie basi. Njoo wasalimie basi mamangu. Njoo basi. My mom, she's, all right. Such a beautiful woman. All right. Yeah. So, exactly. So the regime that is in there, it's very important for us to know that it does not represent the people of Sudan. That's why they're standing against the regime. So let's not point fingers yet. And today we're going to have that conversation, because otherwise, man, we're not going to have a united Africa. That's the first thing. And second, you say Egypt and Sudan does not support Africa. That's about Sudan. But about Egypt, there are countries that they are having a good relationship with them, and they support one another. So we cannot generalize. It's very important for us not to generalize. In this case, you can say that Egypt does not support Ethiopia. It's not on the same page with Ethiopia and what's going on. It's very important for us to say that. It's very important. And my wish is that we'll come on the same table and to be able to support one another. That is my wish. But this rage and this hatred towards, Egypt and this place, it's not going to bring us anywhere. And we're not going to have that one Africa that we want. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to be able to bring these people on the table. We need to, because maybe we have some Egyptians are watching here. We're going to have Egyptian here one day, to have a conversation about these things that are going on. I'm actually trying to reach out to that so that we may have a conversation. Because One Africa is a conversation for a better Africa. And if we want a better Africa, we need everybody to be involved within Africa. Imagine if Egypt is in the table. Imagine if all of us were on the same page. Man, how strong Africa will be. How will it be? Man, game 1, game 2, you say Egypt is not good for Africa. I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I don't agree with everything they do, but I disagree with you because it's Africa. Egypt is Africa. It's Africa. So we have to stand together, all right? I know this thing that is going on, it's awful, it's bad, I know that. But if we think like this, we're not going to have one Africa. We're not going to have Africa. We're not going to have one Africa. We're not going to have it one Africa. You know what? For me, I don't care. Whether they come and they say that, okay, we don't want to be Africa. Yes, you say that, that's good. Get out of here. We don't want you to. We don't want you to. So how are we gonna even block all the access? Because you are right there in the continent of Africa, and then you say you don't want to be part of Africa. If you say that, that's ridiculous, first of all. But what I'm saying is, if we begin to isolate, if we begin to judge, if we begin to say you are not good for Africa, man, that's not gonna put us anywhere. Let me ask you this question: if somebody feel like they are rejected, you know what they do? If I feel like I'm rejected in Africa, what am I gonna do? Then I'm going to be the gateway to collaborate with other people out there. So let them say that they're not part of Africa, but us, let's not tell them that you're not part of Africa. No, because I don't believe that. I believe Africa, they are in Africa, they're Africans. That's what I believe. But if someone feel isolated, someone feel disregarded, then that's what happens. You see them cooperate with Western world, cooperate with Middle East, cooperate with somebody and excluding themselves from you. And I'm telling you, as long as they are in that continent, in that map, is dangerous for us if they're not with us. That's why Africa must come together for us to survive. That's what I'm saying. Because we cannot afford to fight with one another anymore. We cannot afford to have another war going on. All right? You guys, you have a long history. Ethiopia and Sudan, you have long, Ethiopia and Egypt, you have a long history and so many battles in the past you fought. And I know you won. I know that. I just realized that yesterday from Professor Ezra. But we cannot afford to have any more wars within Africa. So what we can do is bring everybody on the table. And it's good. I love the fact that right now there's not a war going on between these two great nations in Africa. It's very important. And I pray that nothing like that will ever happen. And I pray that all of us will come on the same table and supporting one another. It's not a time to point fingers at one another. That's not going to save Africa. That's not going to save us from the interference that Western world are doing to Africa. It's not going to save us. And I'm telling you, that's what they want. That's what they want, guys. America, they will support Egypt. Middle East, they will support Asian, they will support Egypt because they want us to be divided. Because they see the weaker point. They see how we see Egyptians. And so they give them platform. They support them. That's just like Donald Trump, what he did. Yes. You see how they play with us? Do you see how they play? Man, I love Almighty God, man. Look at these ideas. They're just flowing up right now. This is what they want. Okay, let me ask you this. How do US or how do China or these Asian countries, how do they support these groups in our countries? You know what they see? They find people who are weak. They find people who like they're isolated. That's what they found. People who are not accepted. That has always been their weakest point. They will go, they will support, they will embrace them. Pretend like if they're mother to those people. Pretend like if they're mother to those ethnic groups and trying to support them. And those are the ones that they always betray us. And you can see what's going on with TP. Egypt, judging Egypt, saying that is not good for Africa, Egypt. That is exactly support them, and they'll do anything to us. And we cannot afford that. We cannot think like that because we want one Africa. If you want one Africa, you're not going to say that. We want one Africa. All these diplomatic problems that we have, like our government has a problem with this government, guys, we cannot let them affect us, all right? These are politics. These are politics. If you're not a politician, you cannot let this affect you. What we need a one Africa. We need a united Africa. Don't let politicians affect you. Don't be like politicians. Let them handle those issues. But us as people who will suffer when something bad going on, we need to be united. We need to come together. And I'm telling you, you will see we have some Ethiopians here. They're best friends with Egyptians. They're friends. They love each other. They talk with one another. So when you go to local people, they love one another. But when you go to national wise, we cannot let them destroy the beautiful relationship we have with one another. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't let politicians change the way we see each other. We are Africans. We must love one another. Forget about politics, man. Forget about it. It came from the West, by the way. Forget about this politics. In Africa, we have kingdom. We have kings. They had kings. Shout out to Morocco, they still have king. Anyways, but we cannot let this politics affect our relationship we have with one another. Today, if Tanzania has a problem, has issue with Ethiopia, we cannot let it affect our relationship that I have with you and you have with me. We cannot let that. We have seen what happened with Zambia and Ethiopia. You cannot let what happened affect your relationship with Zambians. You cannot let that. They're your people. They are Africans and they love you and they pray for you. So forget about these politics. Forget about these politicians. Forget about it. Let them do their jobs and let us. Yes, you say something here, man. Really need to have Egyptian here to have a conversation. Mika, it takes two to tango. Egyptians have never been honest to their African neighbors. I don't know, man, if I can, like, I can say that I see that between Ethiopia and Egypt. I can see that clearly, you know, because we have had that conversation for a long time. And I'll be able to say it. Oh, my video is paused. Anyway, I'll be able to say it if we had the same issue here in Tanzania, but we don't. But we don't. Oh. No, but you guys, you can hear me. It's the internet problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the internet issue, and I think, but as long as you hear me, then that's okay. Just keep talking. Maybe you'll be able to see my beautiful face very soon. So I don't. So what I'm saying is, I can understand why you say this, Red Sea youth, that, you know, the relationship that you guys have with is complicated, and the you know, you ain't getting along, you know, diplomatically, you know what I'm saying? But I can say the same thing here in Tanzania, because I can see, and let me tell you something, what our ex-president was doing. He was really trying to reach out to them. So you know what he did? He reached out to Egypt, and they did that project, and it's still going on right now. He reached out to Morocco, and the Morocco king, he came all the way to Tanzania, and he gave him the place to build a mosque in Tanzania and Dar es Salaam. You know why? Because he saw there's a potential of collaboration between sub-Saharan countries and in northern side of Africa. And he reached out to them. This guy was true African. He wanted to be one with them. And so he did all these things. And we have a good relationship with them because of that. Because of that. So I understand that it might not be the same there, but my hope and my wish is that we can be together, because these countries, they have good relationship with other countries within the Africa. And there's so many things going all the way back to the history and what happened in there, what happened there, you know, but my wish is to have one Africa. Ah, yeah, Red Sea. It's okay. It's a yeah, you don't need to appreciate. We don't have to. I see it in my Kuru, Professor Kuru, what happens with you, man? I thought you are for one Africa, brother. Ah, Kuru, man, I love you, man. All right. Oh, all right. I have a member here. Okay. Sent Ethiopia. Mika, travel Ethiopia December 17. I wish I can meet you. This is my member right here. Okay, let me tell you this. Guys, I am going to Ethiopia, and I want and I hope I want to go there with everybody. All right. So diasporas who are out and want to come back to Africa, please, let's meet in Ethiopia. All right. Let's meet in Ethiopia. We're going to have a One Africa forum there. So come, let's meet there. You know what I'm saying? So you're coming on December 17th. I'm not going to tell the date I will be there, but I'll be there. In January, I'll be there. I cannot say the date, but I'll be there in January. So if you're going to be there until January or something, I'll be there. And we'll definitely meet, because you're going to do One Africa Forum there, and we will be there. So, Kuru. So, yeah, we'll definitely meet, because you're going to have One Africa Forum. We'll definitely meet. But let me get back to the topic. Guys, Kuru, man. What up, Kuru? Guys, I understand. You guys have really, really, you know, messed up relationship with Egypt. I understand, my brothers and sisters from Ethiopia. I understand. But we cannot let that get in the way of having one Africa. Ethiopia loves you, brother. Rani, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love you guys too. That's why I'm coming. All right. So, okay. I don't know if I should expose this more, man. I'm trying to be careful. But okay. So this I can tell you this, guys. I want everybody, all Ethiopians, all Africans who are outside diaspora, like Sinte Ethiopia, to come back to Ethiopia in January. Come back to Ethiopia. Let's go there together. I'm on a mission of bringing diasporas back home. Let's go there together. Let's go back home. Let's go back home. So I am coming, guys, and okay, the exclusive is this. I am thinking, I wanna. Okay, this is the big thing. All right, I want to celebrate my birthday in Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? I want to celebrate my birthday in Ethiopia. All right, I don't usually celebrate, but I wanna turn 29 in Ethiopia. That's how big it is, because usually in a birthday is a time to spend this time from area that is big, out of to this nation, to this country, Ethiopia. So yeah, and my birthday is on January 5th. So any day, anytime from now to January 5th, I might be there. No, I will be there. Hopefully, God willing, God, please keep me safe and help me to get there. So anytime, and I cannot say when, but anytime, I'll be there. My brother, yeah, I see, you say, I think you are forgetting the slave trade with Arabs. My brother, I don't forget these things. And we have, even here in Zanzibar, we have a place where it was like a market for slave trade. It was a market, it was a center, Kilwa, here in Zanzibar, here in Tanzania. So I don't forget that. I will never forget that. All right. Guys, okay, and those who are joining, just like Sinta Ethiopia here, guys, you can join and become a member to this family to support. Even if we might not agree with one another, all right? You guys might already made your decision that, you know what, we hate Egyptians and we don't want to be one with them. But I'll tell you this: love, peace, and unity for Africa. If you want one Africa, then we need to be able to leave aside, to take our emotions aside, and to be able to have one Africa. We don't have to agree in everything. We don't have to. We can agree to disagree. Even in this matter right now, you guys, you don't have to agree with me. All right. But we can still have conversation. And because we want one Africa, and we want our brother and our sisters from Egypt to be involved as well. That's what we want, guys. Because Egypt is good for Africa. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't agree with everything they do. I don't agree with the thing that is happening right now with Ethiopian Dam. I don't agree with that. But we need them on the same table. We need them, guys. We need one Africa. We need a united Africa. We've been taking advantage for a long time. We need them. We need them. You don't have to love. Okay, I stand with love, peace, and unity, but man, I love Africa. I'm saying this again. I love Africa. I love Ethiopia. I love Egypt. I love Morocco. I love Tanzania. I love Kenya. I love Africa. I love sub-Saharan Africa. I love the other side of Africa, Northern Africa. I love it. Me. I love it. And I want us to be one. I want us to be united because we can support one another. That region, they have a lot of oil. In Libya, in those sides, they have them. And we have so many different things as well. We can collaborate. We need them on the table. If we need one Africa, we need Egypt on the table too. We need Morocco on the table. We need Libya on the table. We need them. We need them, guys. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh my. This is gonna be a long discussion. Okay, let's see this question. So Mika, yes, we need them, but do they really need us? Yes, they need us. They need us. They need us. Red Sea, I'll say this. because at the end of the day, okay, let me what saying. They say because they provide the water to irrigation. Those people who are farming in Egypt, and making the dam, it's gonna cause a drought in Ethiopia, in Egypt. That's what they say, right? So do you think they don't need us? I don't know what the agenda is behind. Maybe it's a case of power. Maybe it's legitimate. But you can listen to local farmers, how they say, how they talk. I listen to them. I watch. I listen to them. But I still believe that dam, it's very necessary to operate and to continue because it's good for Africa. And it should continue to move on, and we should have that dam in Africa. We need to have that dam because there's so many people involved from outside. They don't want it to happen. But just that is the evidence. Maybe you can talk to each other, but as long it's in there, guys. So for that, we can decide on January 17 and 18. My internet is having hard time here. I'm coming on, my birthday is on January 5th, and I'm coming before that because I want to celebrate 29 there. And however I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna be in my room, but I just want to be there. And the Christmas 7th of January, you guys celebrate there, I'll be there. And for that Epiphany, I'll be there, and we'll do One Africa Forum. So unless if I'm kicked out, then I'll leave. But I'm coming there and I'll be there. Oh my goodness. I actually just have an interview. Yeah, so I was supposed to have an interview, and I didn't see the phone call. But yeah, I have an interview. Maybe you guys will be able to see on Saturday. But let me see if they come right now, then I think I'll have this interview right away, and I'll be finishing this. Yeah. So let me answer you. Let me answer you first. Your question. All right, Zing Asanda. I'm gonna read your comment, and I'm gonna answer your question right away. What I feel is this page is amazing, but it needs professionals, expert politicians, and educated and people with knowledge. And lastly, a host that can attract people to this channel with good speeches. Well, that offensive, but but I'm gonna take it in a positive way and just say this straight to you. The reason why we have this channel and we're going to have this media is to break that barrier right there. What you commented right there is the idea of the West, and we don't want that here. And I'm saying this with love is to break that barrier right there. To think that people who can speak about Africa are people who professionals, expertise. They know what they're talking about. They're politicians. They're educated. That's what I wanted to break right there. Because I don't want to have that kind of platform anymore. I don't want to have it. I want to have a platform that a normal, ordinary folk, if you've been here for a long time, I've been saying that so many times, ordinary folk will come here and share their passions about Africa. Because actually people who are suffering and struggling, they're not educated one. They're not educated one. People who are struggling and suffering are normal, ordinary folk who they didn't even go to school. They're staying in the village. They're farmers. All right? Maybe you cannot even see them in the street of Addis Ababa because maybe pretty much is an expensive city because it's a big city. So you find them in the countryside. Those are people that I want them to come here. Those are people that I want them to raise their voices. Yes, I have a huge support from diaspora, but you know what? My intention, it was to have ordinary folks to come and to feel like they have a place to speak. People who don't have access to internet, people who cannot post anything on Twitter, they cannot post anything on YouTube or on Facebook. They don't have anything. They don't even have smartphones. Those are people that I want them to speak. And I hope I can meet those people when I go to Ethiopia. I hope I can meet them. Because enough with the fancy life. And I don't need to be educated. I don't need to be a professional. I don't need to be expert to talk about one Africa. I don't need that. And I say no to that. And if there's no media that accept that, I'm going to create one. And we're going to create one. And this will be that place. So anyone out there who thinks that we need that, no, we don't need that. We have that enough. And look at where it got us. And I always say that. And I'll always say that. So that's what I need, and that's what I want. And if you think that this is not a place for that, and if you think you don't want that, you don't like that, don't be here. All right? It will be a place where people feel accepted with I want those kind of people to come here, and I want those Africans because they don't have their, like, nobody listen to their voice. Even the society, it don't pay attention to them. When you look at we look down at them. When you walk around the street, you see beggars. What do you think? What comes to your mind? But those are your African and sisters, brothers. They're your brothers and sisters. This education we're talking about, we're using colonizers' education that makes us feel like we're better than anyone else just simply because I have education. I'm not better than anyone else. I have a degree in economics. I do have for I don't care about the I care about my people. I care about ordinary folk because that's where I was raised. This is the house I was raised. Do you want me to show you the house I was raised? Let me show you the house I was raised. Some people, you think I'm a rich kid. I'm not a rich kid. I'm just ordinary guy. I'm just ordinary guy. Let me show you the house I was raised. All right? This is the house I was raised. Look at this. This is the house I was raised. All right? This is the house I was raised. Right now, there's a university student living here, but this is the house I was raised. You see that? You see that? This is the house I lived in for years. Inside, but there are people living there, right? Let me show you. This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen I was raised in, all right? We're cooking here every time. This is my house, and I'm proud of it, and I love it. This is the toilet. It's a beautiful place. I love it. This is where I was raised for all those years. This is my place. And then later on, you know, God blessed us with little money, and my parents, they built another little house here, and this is where I'm living now. And this is where my dog used to live. And I just came the other day, I found out that my dog died. Our dog died here. So you think I'm a rich kid? I'm not a rich kid. This is my life, and this is my house, and this is where I'm raised, and this is where I live right now. This is our our sitting room. Do you see that? Do you see that? Let me show you our TV. This is our TV here. All right, of like 60s something. It's not even flat screen, flat screen. It's not. This is our TV. But I'm proud of it. I love my family. I love my mom. I love my dad because I am who I am because of this place. So today you want me to care about some people who I don't care about them. All right? I don't care about them. I care about ordinary folk, and I know how it means to be that person because I grew up in this place and I live that kind of life. You know how I lived? We barely ate meat. That's my life. I barely had new clothes. You know, you're waiting to have a new clothes on Christmas and New Year. That's what I was waiting for. Barely eat meat because we don't have money on the table to eat meat. That's how I was raised. I don't remember the last time I got a clothes. I don't remember the time I got a clothes or my parents bought me a shoes because they didn't have money. I always tell you, I think I shared this before with you that, my uncle, two uncles, brothers of my dad, young and old, they died. They died, and all the babies, all the kids, they came to live here with us. We were just 5, dad, mom, brother, sister, and me. But all of a sudden, we were like 12 people in the same house. That house I show you guys, that's where we were living. Life was difficult. It was hard, but we lived like a family. There were not segregation. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she told me something that it was sad for her because my dad, he was treating them better than his own kids. That's what my dad was doing, treating other kids better than his own kids. And my mom, she was sad because of that. But I told my mom that I understand why dad did that, because they lost their family, they lost their baby, and he didn't want them to feel inferior. He wanted them to feel special. So he was treating them better than he was treating his own babies. And I was never hurt. I'm not hurt even at this moment. I understand. And that's the heart I have for Africa. That's the heart I have for my people. So don't come here and tell me about, expert politicians and educated people. I don't need them. If they're going to come and they're going to join, yes, I want to raise the voice of those young folks out there. Yes, I can show the beautiful image of Africa, and that's what I've been trying to do. But I'm not going to disregard other people. And then they'll be here, and this will be their place, and this will be their family. So Zing, nothing personal to you, but these are kind of mindset that I didn't want to, I didn't want to be there. I don't want to be a channel with professional people. I don't want it. Like, that's not the vision I have for One Africa. And if you think like that, man, bye-bye, you can leave. Bye-bye. Because we think we have this mindset that we need to be professional. No, we need people who are passionate, people who love Africa, people who want the best way, and people who want that, who are they? People who cannot even take a plane to leave Africa. You can take a plane today and go to US, to go to China, to go to where, to move your own country to run somewhere. But there are people who cannot even take that because they don't have passports. They cannot go anywhere. And if war comes to your country or to my country, they will die here fighting for this country. They will die fighting for your country. Those are people that I want to stand with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Today, if something happens here, a lot of us who are educated, we can leave. We can go to Kenya, we can leave, we can take plane because we have money, we can afford that. But what about the normal, ordinary folk? They cannot do that. They end up crying and nobody listens to them. Nobody talks to them. Nobody cares about them. That's why I hate politicians sometimes, because they come to those people to deceive them. They use exactly the same thing that our colonizers did back in the days. They colonize our people. They use that to colonize them. And choose me, if you choose me, I'll do this and this. And then you choose them, they don't do anything. They do nothing. They forget their people. I don't want that. I hate that, man. I hate that. If you think that you're better than any other African because you're educated, because you're living abroad, man, shame on you. You're the reason why you don't have One Africa. Shame on you. I'm talking to anybody who feels like that. And I don't care whether you hate me. I don't care. I'm not here to be loved. I'm here to do my mission. If it happens, you love me, God bless you. If it happens, you hate me, God bless you. But man, I'm gonna stand for my people because I understand what it means to be that. One day, if that house is empty, I'm gonna make and thank God. You know what? I'm gonna make a video where I grew up. Thank you, Zing, because you just gave me an idea. Because I need to show you guys my real life, and this is where I was born, and this is where I grew up, and this is where my dad and my mom, they fought endlessly to find a better future for me. They taught me how to love people. They taught me God. They taught me God, man. And that's why I always pray here before I begin, because I am who I am because of them, because of this woman right there. She might not understand everything I say, but that woman, she's my hero. And I am like this because of that woman today, because of these people right here. And I'm proud of that. So thank you, Zing, for giving me an idea, because I'm going to film a documentary after I finish this. I'm going to film, I'm going to have an interview, and then, okay, I need to leave. All right, I need to do this interview. Guys, I'm having an interview with EBS in Ethiopia. You guys will be able to see this maybe Saturday. So I need to go and to do that. But this conversation is not over. All right? And Zing, I love you. Change our future and the future of offspring, your brothers from Eritrea and Ethiopia. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for your super chat. I appreciate. But guys, let's change our software. I'm standing for, I want to be a voice to the voiceless. For those people who nobody cares about them, even Africans, sometimes you look down on them. Look deep inside yourself. Do you think you're better than them? Do you think you're better than those beggars out there? Do you know what happened to their lives until this moment? So let's change that and let's become together. Let's become one. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry if I sound angry, but I'm just saying that because I'm just passionate, about this. So, but all in all, I love you guys, and I need to go and to have this interview. And I want to sit, on my old house, to have interview there. Because enough with, sometimes when you want to have interview, you want to stay in the good, beautiful background. No, I'm gonna show the reality of our lives. All right, this is our lives, and whether you like it, take it. You don't like it, don't take it. But this is the reality of our lives, and I'm proud of it. I'm gonna stand to my people, man. Let me have this interview outside here. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. I love you. Bye bye.